good morning, and I hope you're doing well. As you can see, it's very early in the morning. It's almost 8 in the morning, and I do have a lot of sunlight coming in. I hope that's okay, and I hope you have been all doing well. So today we'll talk about how time is so essentially important to us, and 7 tips which can actually make us manage our time well. So generally what happens, I know it happens with me a lot, is the fact that time is the only thing that you're always surrounded with, that you're always around. And we always tend to think that it's completely okay, I'll figure it out because I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it a bit later. Well, let me just go nap now, there's enough time. What we don't realize is the time that just passes by is gone forever. And while we keep on thinking that we have time forever, everyone doesn't have it forever. There is a limited period of time. So the idea is that to use the time that we already have. So for example, let's say if you're using 5 hours a day or 6 hours a day to get something done, the idea would be you still work for 5 hours, but how can you use it to make sure it's being used much more efficiently? If this is something that interests you, then hop on and get yourself a cup of tea, coffee, and something to nibble on, and we'll get started. Alright, thank you so much for joining back again. And I'm Soma. If you're here for the first time, just wanted to say a big thank you for joining in. And I make videos on personal development and lifestyle. So if you're the kind of person who's looking to explore your own potential and you absolutely know there's more to you, then this might be the right channel for you. Alright, so as we were talking about time management, the first one we're going to talk about is called value stream mapping. I know it sounds a earful, but it's a very simple concept. And what it essentially means is every time you do something, there are a sequence of activities that you're working on, and essentially it has to generate value for you. Only then you know that the time you're spending for it is actually good, right? It's early in the morning and all you want is a cup of coffee, and you want to go to your favorite nearest coffee shop and get the time it takes you till when you've decided I want to go get a cup of coffee. You take your car keys, scooter keys, you're walking down, whatever it is, and by the time you have that cup of coffee in your hand and you're walking back, that is your entire stream, your entire sequence of action. And all we have to do is we have to see how we can essentially use that period of time well. So let's say it takes you around 15 minutes, it could take you half an hour, whatever it is. So is there a way, like for example, do I have an app that I can order the coffee in, put a time when I can pick up the coffee, let's say 9 o'clock, and then I know it takes me approximately 15 minutes, so I can start at 8:45, reach there by 9, pick up my coffee and come back. So what it does is you are saving yourself some time by not going there and waiting in the queue, and especially with COVID, all the distance maintaining and everything, you do not want to expose yourself either too much to your surrounding and all the people around you. Similarly, in whether you are studying, you're in your job for the first time, you're trying to start a business, all we have is that limited period of time. And what we all are trying to do is do more and more within that limited period of time. So instead of, let's say, working 24/7, we can still work for a limited period of time and get more done if we know how to manage our time, right? So that's number one. Number two, the second one is a very simple concept called highlight of the day. I spoke about it last week in my Instagram as well. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, what I do here, there is put snippets of information on personal development as well. So feel free to catch me up on Instagram as well. So what is highlight of the day? It essentially means I woke up today in the morning and it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I am filming, because today I have decided my highlight for the day, the only thing that I will get done no matter what, is I have to film this. So every morning you can wake up and write the highlight of the day, the one work that will make you feel the feeling of accomplishment, fulfillment, if you get it done. What it means is you are telling yourself this is the most important thing for me right now and I have to get it done. And you keep on repeating that to yourself till you get it done, all right? Now, deep work. I have spoken about it, I think, extensively in one of my earlier videos as well. What I'll do is I'll link it in the description box below as well if you want to go through it. But deep work essentially means that you have to focus, you have to find your flow and your zone. And instead of working 24/7, all you do is the task that is very, very important to you. is the highlight of the day. You will need the time to focus, sit, and just absolutely get it done. Which means that you cannot be interrupted, you cannot have space where people are moving back and forth. There is a lot of flow, which is creating the disturbance for you. So it's very simple that you find your zone, the momentum to work, and instead of putting slots of like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe you can put a slot of 1.5 hours, because it takes time for us, a human system, to get into that flow. So once you're in the flow, you get the work done, and then you can move to something else. Number 4, this has to be one of my favorites. Okay, it's a very simple concept which was talked a lot about by Derek Sivers, and it's like hell yeah or no, which means if you want to do something, so how do you decide that this is my highlight of the day and this is where I'm going to like put my head down and get the deep work done? And that has to come internally from the whole idea of, are you saying hell yeah or are you saying no? Which means if it's something which you're absolutely passionate about. So I know I can have a very busy schedule, but I do want to ensure that my YouTube channel has a video a week. I know it always doesn't happen, but that's what I'm striving towards, and that is where all these tips come very handy for me. As 5, Parkinsons Law. The time that you allot yourself to complete the task is what the task fills it up with. So if you give yourself 24 hours, it can still go by and you still will not get things done. Or you can say, I'm going to give myself 1 hour to prep, and that's it. Then I'm going to film this YouTube video and I'm done. So you have essentially, like, let's say 2 hours. You'll get it done because you don't have, because that is the only time you have to get this done. So every time you allot yourself the time, just not in your calendar, in your mind as well, make sure what you are doing or what you are thinking has to do something with considering Parkinson's Law, because it happens a lot and it's true. It's just not written in theory. Number 6, delegation. The reason delegation is so important and part of time management is we have only so much time with us, and while we want to do everything and want to have control in our life, it's always not possible. I know, because I am part of those group of people who have lots of things that I want to try, lots of things I want to do, both at work and in my personal life as well. So the idea is that if I delegate a bit of my redundant work where I am not required to think, I am not required to get a lot done, then what means is I free up that period of time which I can use for the hell yeah kind of work for me. The last one, and we are done, is automate scheduling. And what it means for me is very simple. So there are some things that you have to get done, right? We live in a society, we're all humans. So for example, every day around 8:39, I take my son out for a little basketball game, sometimes for a walk, a bike ride, things like that. And while it's not, and it's something that I want to continue doing every single day. That is part of my routine that is automated and scheduled, and I know I'm going to do it on a recurring basis on every single day. So I don't think about that time, because that is when I usually log off from work, and then I will, that is my break. So the idea is, if you have something that you can automate and you don't have to think over and over again what you have to schedule for that period of time, you can just do it on a you can just ensure that it's automated. Simple things like, I have to wake up in the morning and exercise. It's just automated every day, and then you just have to keep on doing it over and over again. So I do hope these tips actually help you in some way or the other. If you have a tip that works amazingly for you, if you have a tip that works for you and you would like to share with this very small community, don't forget to comment down below. And thank you once again for watching. Stay safe, stay indoors. I hope you're vaccinated, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.